I'll go to lights. 1, 2, 3. No kidding. I'm ready to fight.
Suddenly, a blast of pure sound cut through me from two 4x12 speakers installed in the doorway pillars.
Well, who is it?
It's Lenny. I'm a friend of Jerry's. I've come to see him.
Well, come on in.
And I married a man like Jack Nicholson. It's like Jack Nicholson was in The Shining, anyway.
We normally do a couple of pretty angry poems, but we thought we might do something a little different this evening. I don't know if anybody knows Gene Vincent at all. He's a really heavy guy.
But she was upset as well. Thatcher was upset, not about Lorman, she was upset because she'd just been told that Keith Joseph had sold the RAF to Freddie Laker.
Okay, well, welcome to the Open University Comedy module. All of you sitting down there going, oh yes, that's very funny, I'll laugh at that when I get home. And tonight we're actually featuring alternative comedy. Now, a lot of you don't know what this is. Well, we've searched all over the place for it, in pubs, clubs, under stones, stuff like that. And we've finally found what it is. Now, I am actually an alternative comedian, and it's actually a very difficult thing to be. Especially for me, because in fact, I'm very, very shy, you know. I mean, inside this fat, jolly person, ho-ho, 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 there's a thin, nervous individual screaming to stay there. His name's Roger, and he'd like to be a social worker, but he hasn't got the money together to have his brains removed yet, you know. It was very difficult. I don't know if you used to go to the Saturday morning pictures when you were a kid, or the Saturday morning S-therapy, or whatever you went to, you know, but I used to go to the Saturday morning pictures, and every kid had their own hero that they wanted to be like, you know. Some people wanted to be Roy Rogers, some people wanted to be Trigger. They later got parts in Equus. I wanted to be an extra. I used to spend hours standing in front of the mirror practicing to be an extra, you know, going... There goes the king! Hurrah! Soldier on, I'm going to give a big enthusiastic introduction for this next act. Okay, hey, fantastic, we're off and running. Bang, shoot that mouse. Okay, fantastic. Well, I'd like to say what a wonderful audience you've been so far. Is there anybody here from Ethiopia? Fantastic, right. Now, maybe later you can take me home and use me to clean out the oven. Okay. Well, welcome to BBC Two Laugh-a-thon. Remember, every smile you give goes to a gorilla somewhere in an internment camp in Zimbabwe. Okay. New total now. 0. Right, okay, well... I think you're really going to love these next two guys because they really love themselves. Ladies and gentlemen, a big, warm BBC Two welcome. Oh, that's very interesting, Daphne. Big BBC Two welcome, please, for the Outer Limits. Yeah!
Hello. I'm going to do a couple of numbers off my latest demo tape. Never mind, they're both pretty short, okay. Right, the first number's sort of about this really heavy scene that I had, okay, with this chick, right. Yeah. And, in the whole 2 years that we were together, okay, she never had an orgasm. So like I wrote this song, okay, about how she never had an orgasm. It's called How She Never Had an Orgasm. I shouldn't think you want to join in on the chorus. Or... No, I won't teach you the words. No, it was really bad, actually. It was really bad. Yeah, I know this is supposed to be a comedy program. So I brought along a joke. It's not very funny, but here it is. I got this guitar for a song. And here it is. I'm just gonna cut the rap and get straight on with the music, okay? Okay, how she never had an orgasm. 1, 2, 3, 4.
She said, you're as good in bed as you are at playing the
Never mind, there's only one more to go, all right? Right, the next number that I'm going to do is sort of...
Going a bit fast there, weren't you, son?
What?
Police. Didn't you hear that 3-bar change at the end of the last chorus?
I don't use bars, officer. I like to just improvise, you know.
Yeah, I see. I see. So you've been playing like this for some time, have you?
What, is anything wrong, officer?
Could be.
We don't know yet, do we? What's your name?
Neil.
Neil. Right, I'm going to tell you something, Neil.
Yeah.
I could have you up under Section 3 of the Music Act.
What's that then, you prat?
How do you know my name? Thank you very much. Before we go on with the proceedings, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to give you a little contortionism.
Good evening. Yeah, I'll do a bit of a laid-back set tonight. No, I really, I was really in a sort of... I got up the other morning and I was really tense and hyper and manic, nervous. I was in a heavily yang space, So I was. And I thought I'll go along and see my alternative medic. But he wasn't there, he was doing a workshop or something. So I thought, I'll go along to the Straight Quack. Now, I'm a bit wary of the Straight Quack, because the last time I went there, he gave me a thorough examination, and then he said, I'm sorry, so I can't find a thing wrong with you. I can only put it down to too many drugs. I said, well, fair enough, I'll come back when you're not so stoned, I reckon, buildings, public buildings, anywhere where people live, tower blocks, they ought to have a little plaque in the lobby with the architect's name, address, and private phone number. So you can ring them up any time. Actually, this studio, they used to do Dixon and Doc Green in here. Great, isn't it? What I want to know is, where is the cop on the beat when it comes to arresting the real criminals? The multinational corporations that move the economy of one part of the world to another part of the world and blitz whole communities. Where's the cop on the beat when it comes to arresting them? Well, I was walking in a northeasterly direction in the boardroom of amalgamated conglomerates when I noticed the accused and several other persons unknown making a dubious decision as to the economic future of Latin America. Well, I cautioned him, arrested him and bunged him in the back of the transit. That's when he hit his head. Does it?
du punch. I'm testing you. This way I'm strong enough for two. I'm coming, coming. Oh, I'm running. I'm burning, burning. What a sound. Jimmy! It's not some joke, man. It's not talking to you. That's the worst thing. That's the worst thing of all. The worst thing of all. Was much more than not enough. Try to make you feel not good enough. Try this. Don't believe your eyes. Or that your heart will make us stop and get the pleasure that you must. Always was good for me. Pretend on me and lean on me. I'm coming, coming. I'm running. I'm burning, burning. What a sad always was good to me. I'll be back if you'll be me. I'm coming, coming. Oh, I'm running.
I'm getting very worried, you know. Lady Diana Spencer, Prince Charles's girlfriend. She's getting ever so thin. No, she is. I don't know if you've noticed. I mean, she was always slender, but now she's getting really thin. Oh, I do hope she hasn't got worms. No, you laugh. It's nothing to mock at. I mean, it's the sort of thing that just would happen, isn't it, before a big wedding like that? Go down with worms. I'm the new BBC Woman's sort of roving reporter. I just talk about world affairs as they pop into my head. No, I do. I mean, wasn't it funny? Did you notice that? I mean, that terrible fuss they kicked up about those 2 Labour MPs going to Afghanistan. I thought that was very strange, you know. They only went just to have an unbiased look. Just wanted to see the situation for themselves, that's all. They went all that way to see all those women in peasant clothes, you know, and earthenware pots and things, and they could have come up to Hampstead. Anyway, I heard that there were 2 Afghanistani MPs come over here because they wanted to look at our system. They wanted to have a look at it for themselves and see what actually happened. Mind you, of course, their skin's a bit darker than ours, so they actually got stopped at the airport, didn't they? They're actually in the detention compound at Heathrow. I think that's a shame, really, because now they'll never know what our system's like. Look at my friend Irene. She's had a horrible Christmas. Actually, Irene's had a horrible year. Actually, she's a horrible person. I felt sorry for her the other day, though, because she came in, you'll never guess what. I mean, you sit there, quiet as toast, and you'll never guess that Eileen came into my kitchen in floods, absolute floods the other day. 30 years of marriage, and she found out her husband was a monetarist. I said, listen, Eileen, I said, sit down. I think all this monetarism is just a cry for help, you know. I don't know, anyway, I'm going to see about it now. So good night. Good night.
Fantastic, yeah, great, yeah. Hi. Fantastic. Oh, well, welcome to Schlock Goes to College, anyway. Fantastic, yeah. I'm actually social sec for this year, actually. Gavin Fitztosser, and fantastic, yeah, great, yeah. And there's a couple of announcements actually. The Fear of Crowd Society demo's been cancelled, as has the benefit for the Socialist Workers' Party vegetarian prison officers. Couldn't find any, you know. We looked everywhere, you know. And there's a holiday on the notice board. There's a 9th person needed for a Morris Minor going to Afghanistan this summer. Roof rake more on the roof rack. Seems like half the student unions in Afghanistan. No, sorry, it's half the Soviet Union. I get mixed up, sorry. Yeah, more political satire, yeah. This is what we come from Islington for, yeah. Whoosh. Right, I'm going to introduce the next act now, ladies and gentlemen. He's called Andy Delatour. That's French for tower block. So welcome, please, for Andy Delatour.
I want to move on to a lighter topic, Northern Ireland. More specifically, the TV coverage of Northern Ireland. Have you noticed how Northern Ireland is played down on the news? Items about Northern Ireland on the news come last, after the football results. Right? Even after the items about the giant pandas who can't fornicate. And this is because, you see, the TV companies have a policy of telling us that what's going on in Northern Ireland is a minor civil disorder, whereas in truth there's been a war going on, right? Okay, so let's imagine, what would the BBC broadcast have sounded like during World War II? You remember World War II? If they'd reported that war with the same attitude, right? Good evening, here is the 6 o'clock news. In the disturbances in Western Europe today, there was a short delay in the cross-channel ferry service from Dunkirk. Newsflash. 2 bombs went off today in the predominantly Japanese towns of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Anyway, the 1944 edition of Police 5. Hello. There. Was anybody here in the vicinity of the High Street Yalta at 3 o'clock last Saturday afternoon? Now, if you were, you may have seen 3 very suspicious-looking men. One in a wheelchair, one smoking a large cigar, and the third with a thick Russian accent answering to the name of Uncle Joe. Now, an unusual case this week. It concerns the theft of most of Central and Eastern Europe, which police believe lies somewhere between Leytonstone Station and the Baltic Sea. Another thought I had. Can you imagine, you see, if they'd only admit that there has been this war going on in Northern Ireland for the last 10 years, look at the film they could have made, right? And that fine old tradition of British war movies, right? Scene 1. A battleship cruises down the Falls Road. Sitting on top, on the bridge, 2 men. Kenneth Moore in a duffel coat. Paddy's being damned quiet tonight, number 1. But number 1 doesn't hear. He's dead. He's been dead for a week, but he doesn't fall over, he's British. Over at Long Kesh, looking for a 15-foot fence to jump over, Steve McQueen on his motorbike. 14 feet below, Tunnel Harry is being dug. And when he meets up with Tunnel George and Tunnel Edward, they form one section they call it the Jubilee Line, only up to Baker Street. Problems on Tunnel Edward, somebody's put graffiti all over it, Revlon kills rabbits. Tunnel George, dug by 8 men, they're all claustrophobic. It's 600 feet wide. I've got a roof, reaches the open air. John Mills rushes across the compound, pausing only slightly by a group of men who are gardening. He empties his trouser leg. He rushes into the Hut 18 with the escape committee meeting. I'm sorry to interrupt, sir. I'm sorry, my God, sir. The escape's off. We can't escape. Pull yourself together, man. You're not at Ealing Studios now. What is it? I'm sorry, sir. We can't escape. Why can't we escape? We can't escape, sir. Because we're the bloody guards.
because this is BBC Two, I'm going to do a quick poem for you, alright? Leave it out, knock it on the head. As it happens, do what, leave it out, alright? Alright, son, leave it out, do what, as it happens. Right, here we go, with a poem now. It's dead intellectual, this poem, alright? It's about Ronnie Descartes, alright? The inventor of the steam sewing machine, and it's a good poem, right? And it goes like this, right? Ronnie Descartes was a very clever man. He invented the philosophical concept, I'm zinc, therefore I'm a pram. As a thinker, there was no keener, but he knew about the cortina. He didn't even know he was here, Ronnie Descartes. I proved it to him, I backed him in the throat. I argue empirically, you know what I mean? I've got to introduce this next act now, alright, terrific, lad, alright, now. I really don't like them, right? We're a couple of college boys, but I think you'll dig them, alright? So let's have a big kind of fruity welcome, please, for 20th century Coyote, yeah!
Microphone. Oh, it's straight. Straighter. Straight. That's awful straight. First of all, stand up straight. Stand up. Stand up straighter. Ready? Okay. Right. Yeah. 3, 4. Get it! I'll do the talking, all right? Face the wall. Face the wall. I'll give you a moment. Okay. Stand up straight. Ready? I'll do the talking, all right? 3, 4. Get it, ladies and gentlemen, we are the Dangerous Brothers! Dangerous Brothers! I told them. My name is Richard Dangerous, and this is Avian Dangerous. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I'm usually dangerous. I think you'll agree. We'd like to start this evening with a little joke. Joke! Okay. Knock, knock. Who's there? Open the door! Open the door here! Open the door, please, I want to come in! Open the door, please, I want to come in here! You just open the flopping door! Just open the flopping door! What's a gooseberry joke? What's green and hairy and goes up and down? What? A gooseberry in a lift. It kills them. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to tell the gooseberry joke. How does a gooseberry get into a lift? How does a gooseberry get into a lift? How the plot do I know? It just seems a bit improbable. Maybe somebody brought it into the lift. Do I have to say everything? Supposing somebody brings it in. Somebody brings a gooseberry into a lift. How's it going to press the buttons? It's a blooming gooseberry! It's a blooming gooseberry! Bastard! Or maybe it's got little gooseberry arms or something. Gooseberries do not have any arms. Oh, how many gooseberries do we know? 3! That's a lie! It's not 2! That is 3! Alright, if you know 3 gooseberries, let's have the names. Let's have the names of these 3 gooseberries you're so familiar with. Names! Now, take it down. Derek Gooseberry. That is not right. That's not true. You made out with a spoon on my... All right, if Derek Gooseberry exists, go and get him. Let's see your friend Derek, go and get him. Derek! Shall give you a moment. Derek! Oh! He's got a headache. Oh, he's got a headache. That's very convenient, isn't it? A bit, yeah. What has he got the arms? No, he's got proper arms. So how's he going to press the button? Exactly. Alright, maybe he jumps up and nothing the button. Proper legs either. Or maybe he fell off a gooseberry bush. But a gooseberry bush is just growing in the lift, I suppose. No man brings a gooseberry bush into the lift. Why? Because he wants to have a baby. In the lift? Now he's got a lady with him, and they're going upstairs to play babies. So they've got a gooseberry bush with them, but it's a rubber gooseberry bush. Why? It's a contraceptive gooseberry bush. No, they don't want to have a baby. And they're going upstairs trembling with fright in case they conceive. Ah, right. Which shakes the gooseberry bush, and the gooseberry gets dislodged, hits a button, and the lift goes up. It's amazing. I'll tell it.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to tell the gooseberry joke. What is it?
I told you. Right.
What is it? Well, there's a man and a lady who don't want to have a baby, but they want to do the bits upstairs. They want to play babies. So they've got a rubber gooseberry bush, which is trembling with fright, because they're trembling with fright, shaking the gooseberry bush, which shakes the gooseberry off, hits one of the buttons, and the lift goes up and down. Goes up and down. What's that? A gooseberry! Yeah!
Thank you. Well, I hope you've enjoyed it. Anyway, we certainly haven't. But if you'd like to see us again, please write your MPs, because we'd like to come back here. I'd like to come back here because I'm getting a lift home and I've got a return ticket on the tube. So anyway, thank you very much. Good night.
Chances